Dan, and this is going to be another Summoner's Glory video. So, this one is going to be about runes. Where to find them, what stats can roll and which ones are important, and what rune sets they are and which ones are good. Okay, so, as a basic understanding of how runes work, I took a little graphic here that I made and showed which stats can roll on each rune and which ones are important. So, for this, we'll start with this speed rune right here. This rune can only roll speed, so nothing else to worry about there. Speed is extremely important. This one right here rolls resist or accuracy. Resist is for a phantom, so they don't get CC on them, they don't get debuffs, so that's what resistance is. If you need to land a stun from that phantom or any sort of turn meter or attack bar decrease, any of that type of stuff, you'll need accuracy. So depending on the champion, you'll either pick accuracy or resist. All right, moving over here, we have crit chance percent or crit damage percent. Almost everyone goes for crit chance percent because it's hard to roll enough crit chance on all of your gear to not be able to, to not need crit chance. So most people go for crit chance in that one. This one's physical defense percent or magic defense percent. I don't think it really matters which one you go for. You can try to get whatever one you don't have on the rest of your runes, or you can just kind of look at the substats and choose based on those. For this one, you can roll HP percent or flat HP. You definitely want HP percent. So that's the one you're looking for in that location. And then for this one, you can roll physical attack percent or magic attack percent. And it's easy to tell which one you need on your phantom, so I'll go over that after. You can also roll flat for this area, so make sure you do not level up flat stats. You want percent stats. So let me just show you real quick how you see what you need. So if I look at, here, let me go a little slower. So if I want to look at my phantoms, I use this button in the bottom right. Click Phantoms, and you're going to click Evolution to see information. This is Ancaris, a good physical DPS. So the reason I know it's a physical DPS, because if you look at the main stats, you see that she has physical attack and no magic attack. And also, if you look at the abilities, you can see she deals physical damage. So if we go back here, you know you're going to want physical attack percent in this location. Okay, so those are all the stats that roll on runes. Let me show you my Ancaris. This is the phantom or champion that I've spent the most on upgrading runes. So let me just show you what she has. So again, as we started in the same order, speed, and since it's physical attack, I'm looking for physical attack. HP is good, crit rate's really good. If we keep moving on here, I have effect resistance. So Ancaris doesn't land any debuffs. So if I go to details, I can see her abilities right here. Notice how there's no debuff here. This is a buff for herself. This is just an attack. And this is just reducing damage taken to her. So no effects that she has to land on anyone else. So she does not need any accuracy. Notice how my effect accuracy is very low. Okay, so we went over this one. Lots of physical attack, which is awesome for her. Keep on moving on. Crit rate, very good. Physical attack, speed, resistance, magic defense, very good rune for Ancaris. Now we will go over here. Physical defense. I wanted to fill my stat bonuses, so I chose this one. It has magic attack, which is obviously useless for her, but it has a lot of physical defense, so, and some crit damage. So that's kind of why I chose this one. Over here, we're using HP percent, and you can see my rolls again. Lots of physical attack, physical defense, speed, crit damage, all very good stats. Finally, the last one, physical attack. Percentage, again, you do not want flat, and also has resistance, magic defense, and more physical attack. Okay, so that's a physical attack champion, and that is what runes I have on her. Let's go and look at a magic attack champion and what kind of runes. Now, these aren't leveled up as much. I've been focusing mostly on my Ancaris because she does a lot of damage. So this guy, if we stay in details, we know magic attack is what this bro uses here. All of his abilities are based on magic attack, and actually This ability here is max HP. The damage is based off of max HP. So we want a lot of max HP and a lot of magic attack here. So magic attack is not as important on this guy because I don't even believe this ability, which does a lot of damage, I don't think it even does anything for... Yeah, this is only based on HP. It doesn't do magic attack. Only his A1 does magic damage. And he does counterattack, so it's okay to build magic attack, but it's not as important as HP. And you want high effect accuracy on this guy because he lands stuns. And that is his main use, is to land stuns on people. So, again, I'm using this set right here, which is Harvest. The reason I like this set, it gives you crit rate and it gives you speed. So it gives you 10% of all your speed. So it's a pretty significant buff. So again, let's go through real quick and see how I built this guy. Speed again. Again, I want magic attack. Defense is good. Crit damage. Resistance is fine. Here, I chose accuracy. I don't have a legendary rune for Harvest for accuracy. Otherwise, I'd have it on this person here. But that's also why I only have this at level 6, because I don't like leveling up any epic runes past 6. Unless, you know, you absolutely have to and you really can't get one to drop. But again, accuracy, very important. HP, very important on this guy as well. And any crit rate you want. Moving on, crit rate, magic attack, speed, crit rate. So you kind of see what I'm doing here. More accuracy. So you want to build it, you know, different for what you're trying to do with each champion or phantom here. Again, magic attack, physical defense, speed, crit rate, accuracy, all very good stats for this guy. Again, HP. This has physical attack, but the reason I'm using it is because of the effect accuracy and just physical defense. So this is a great rune. I'll level this up all the way to 15 eventually. So while you're leveling these up, something to notice here. So your runes begin with stats here. When you see these in orange, that means you have a double roll of this stat. So normally this would be like 5%, but since I have 2 rolls, it shows it in orange. So you begin these runes with, you know, 3 stats or whatever on each one of them, and when you upgrade them, you get an additional stat. So I believe this one started with 2, and since I got it to +3, you can see down here, +3, +6, +9, +12, and +15 give bonus stats. And these are to your secondary stats, or extra stats as they're called in this game. So you can see this one started with 2, and then when I rolled it, I got an additional roll of crit rate. This one, let me go back to my Anchors to kind of show how that works. So you can't exactly tell, but you can see I have extra rolls in all of these stats because I've got this up. I've leveled this up 4 times. You know, I got the 3, the 6, the 9, and the 12. So each time you get an additional extra stat. So this one, it looks like I rolled 1 of each stat. That's why, you know, we have this here in orange. Okay. So that's runes. Let's talk quickly about what kind of sets they are and what are useful, and then I'll talk about where you can get them. What am I looking for? Okay, so another place to get them is the Demon Fortress, but I'm just going to pull this up because it shows kind of all of them in one location. So this one right here, the King of Fairy Dragons, will eventually be probably the most important to farm once you're a little bit higher level, because once you can get all the way down here to 8, you can farm legendary runes, and this one, Self-Healing, this one, Harvest, this one, Oppression, are really good. So this is a good one to farm here. I really like the Harvest runes. These ones are great for damage dealers because they deal 25% extra damage if they have any control effect. So if they have a bleed, if they have a stun, if they have a freeze, if they have anything, literally any debuff on them, they'll get 25% extra damage, and that's a straight multiplier. So it's very strong for damage dealers. So that's one you definitely want to look out for, the Oppression one. Let's see if I can see the rest of them. Okay, another good one is this one right here, Squall. This one is good for damage dealers as well because 25% crit damage is actually a lot. Crit damage seems to roll on runes very rarely compared to crit rate, at least in my experience, and it's hard to build a lot of crit damage. So definitely, I think this is one of the good runes here. Another one for support champions is this one right here, Headcracker. So this one increases effect accuracy by 30%, which is awesome for a support because they're usually trying to land debuffs or stuns or anything like that. But this is the big one here. When dealing damage to an enemy, 20% chance to stun the target for 1 turn. So very good. Very good for supports. One thing you can check if you want to see what people are using is all you do is in this bottom right here, click the 3 lines, click leaderboards, and go in here and you can see what runes people are using. So Popeye is probably like the best guy on this server right now. So you can check what he's wearing on his guys. So let's check here. Ancaris, he's using the crit damage runes like I was talking about. Squall, very strong. And then he's using these harvest runes to get an additional 12% crit. So, as I was saying, those are very good for damage dealers. Let's look at his stun champion. So he's using kind of a mix of different runes here. He's using one that gives max HP by 25%, which is awesome. This guy's damage is based off HP, so I can see why he's doing that. So he's using 2 of those to get max HP. He's using 2 of these to get more max HP. And then he's using 2 of these to get crit rate. So great idea. Awesome way to build this this Phantom. Let's talk about, here's a support champion. Yep, just like I said. So he's using this stun set here. So he has a chance to stun and increases effect accuracy. So awesome runes for a support champion like Puppeteer. She's the only resurrector in the game, so very good support champion. And then he's just using this to boost her HP even more by 25%. Let's look at the last one he's using here. Sea Conqueror. So he's using 4 of these harvest runes because speed by 10%. So this multiplies all your speed and adds another 10% onto it. So the awesome part about this is this Phantom right here has this awesome ability that absorbs all enemies' attack bar by 25%. So you want her to go first, go out there and lower everyone's attack bar. So then you have even longer for your champions or Phantoms to go attack. So awesome build. Again, go look at the leaderboards if you want to see how people are building their champions or Phantoms. Okay, so then I'll bring this up just quickly again. So there's a couple places where you can get runes. Field combat is just like literally like open world. You can go walk to mobs, kill them, and get runes. I think this is a little bit better once you get higher level because you can get legendary runes from like level 200 something plus. I'm not that high yet, so I don't do it this way. But in the very beginning, you're going to start off with Phantom Abode and kind of the black market. So let's go show you Phantom Abode. So Phantom Abode, you start off here, you clear through these, and you get basically nothing. Once you get to a certain point, here you go, to the second one, you'll start being able to earn runes. So you can also farm these using the battle assistant. So you can farm these overnight. So I've cleared a bunch of these. I can go down here and farm these crit runes overnight with my battle assistant. The only problem is you can only get, the white ones, the green ones, and the blue ones, which is like the quality of them. You can't even get epics or legendaries. So for me, in the beginning, you'll use this a lot because this is how you get all your runes to gear your characters. But once you get higher level, you need a different way to do that. And once I started leveling up, the way I did it is you can go to the black market up here, this little up in the top right here, black market, and you see these. You can buy these for gold. They're expensive, but in the beginning, this may be your only way to get legendary runes. So what you can do is when you have gems, you can refresh until you get a legendary here and you can buy it. The legendaries are like 1.98 million gold. So I don't even have enough gold to buy one. Let me just see if I can get one real quick. Okay, so like this, for example. When I'm beginning, this rune's awesome. Harvest runes are very good. I put harvest runes on almost all of my characters in the beginning just because it gives you that speed to go first and it gives you crit rate. So they're very good runes. And this is an epic one, so it's already better than you can get in the Phantom Abode. So this is definitely a solid place to get runes, but be careful because gold is hard to get. So if you're constantly spending all your gold in here trying to buy legendary runes, it'll be hard for you to save up gold. All right, let's talk about one other place. Okay, so if I want to see where I can get runes, another thing you can do is if I go and click on the runes and I hit source, it shows me where I can get them. So it says I can buy it from the Royal Trove, and it says I can get it from field combat, which I was talking about earlier. You used to be able to click this and it would just teleport you there and you'd be able to farm those mobs. For some reason, that doesn't work anymore. See, if I click this one, it takes me to the Royal Trove, which is another place you can get. So if I hit update, you'll see that equipment comes in here. This one's kind of a gamble, and when you hit start game, it'll pick one randomly. It always picks the shitty ones first. So I don't really like using the Royal Trove. You do need to do it to, you know, upgrade your character, but that's a whole nother video. The last place to get them is Demon Fortress. So eventually, King of Fiery Dragons will be the best, because as I said earlier, you can farm all the best runes here. So these Harvest runes, these Oppression runes, and these Self-Healing runes are really good. Which one's this one? Okay, so that's like a Lifesteal rune. Interesting. Okay, so the other one you can farm is this one right here. This one you can get the crit damage ones, which is the Squall. You can get this one, which is very good for HP, and you can get your stun set ones called Headcracker. Okay, so I'll show you how this works and how I do this. So if I want to farm runes, what I do is I'm in BlueStacks here. You can see this because I got this whole border here. So all you have to do is fight this. I will show you real quick how it goes. And then I'll show you real quick how to record a macro and farm this all day. So this is a quick fight. And I'll just kind of show you what my team does here. So that was the turn meter decrease on the enemy team. He normally stuns, but since the first waves are lower level, it just killed them all. There's the attack bar decrease again. So you want your Sea Conqueror to go first. My damage dealer, Ankaris, hasn't even had a chance to go, because the first turn she always buffs herself, and then the second turn she does the damage. Okay, so we're already to the last boss here. So my Ankaris will actually get a turn this time. So there's her buff. She just buffed her damage. You can see here, she's got the attack damage buff on her. So once it's her turn, she'll probably just one-shot the boss. Yep, boom, dead instantly. Okay, so now if I want to record a macro, all I do is this open macro manager up here. I click it. I'm going to hit record new macro. And I'm going to click once here to get out of that screen. Click once more in the same location to start again. And that's it. All I hit is stop recording macro. It's the same as the macro I already had. And then what you can do is you can go into settings. You can do infinitely until stopped, and you can say, I want to do it every 2 seconds. Hit save, and then you can call it whatever you want. So if I hit this rename here, I'm going to call it Summoner's Glory. Summoner's Glory restart. And you can use it for farming anything. Okay, let this finish real quick, and then we can talk some more. I focused mostly on my Ankaris and my my stun champion over here. Wow, you just got one shot wrecked. My Ankaris is going to one-shot the boss again. If she ever gets a chance to go, there we go. Okay. So you can see, oh, I got books that time, but last time I did get a rune. Okay, so now, after I've farmed this for a couple hours, you just got to make sure you get all of your energy before you start using your BlueStacks here. So, all right, let's click out. Let's get out of here, and let's see what I got. So I farmed a bunch of these earlier. I got 74 here. So let's see. So these are level 7. You can see the background color is legendary or gold, so that means I have a chance to get gold runes from here. They call them orange runes, but it's kind of like legendary. So if I hit use, max, let's see what we got. All right, so we got an epic head cracker. We got lots of epics. Wow, no legendaries in 75. It's pretty rare to get legendary runes. So I only got one last time, and I did like 60 or 70 of them. So it seems like maybe 1 in 75 you get one, but I'll take a look at all these later. Okay, now let's talk about leveling. So if I want to level runes up, all you're going to do is go to Phantoms. Let's level... Let's see who I want to level up something next. Okay, let's just level this one. Actually, let's see my Ankars. Let's level this one. Okay. So all you do to level is click the one you want to level, hit boost, and now you just click which ones you want. I'm going to order by quality instead of level because I don't keep any of these. Why does it level? Okay, something's bugged out there. It shows this blue one up here for some reason. Anyways, so you basically, you can see that every time you click one of these, you can see the bar goes up a little bit. So this is me leveling this. So I always do enough to get me to the next one. Boom. And you can see it's kind of expensive. I mean, like if you're going from like level 1 to level 3, it'd be very cheap. But once you get higher, past 6, and once you get approaching 12 and all the way up to 15, it's very expensive to boost runes up. But okay, so there's this. You can see what's going to happen. It's going to boost my physical defense from 25 to 27. I'm going to hit boost. All right, and then let's get, and I'll show you, let's go all the way to 9 now, if I have enough runes. Okay. Okay, so all the way to 9, and you can see grants extra stats. So you can see the base stat is going to go from 27 to 30, and the extra stats, you'll get an extra one. So let's see here. Boost. Okay, perfect. I got physical attack, which is actually used. See, I would have been really pissed if I would have rolled an extra stat from magic attack because it's useless for this phantom. So I rolled physical attack, which is awesome. All right. What else is there to know about runes? I think that's pretty much it. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, give it a like, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be making videos daily. So if you're interested in Summoner's Glory, there'll be a lot of content coming out because I noticed there's not a lot of people who are content creators for Summoner's Glory. So give it a like, smash that like button, and subscribe to my channel, please. Have a good day. See ya.